The following views are the opinions of the host/guests of Real Talk and do not reflect the other parties involved. Feelings may get hurt. Viewer discretion is advised. This show is rated R for Real Talk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk. This is the top 20 episode. I'm Dr. Quack, and today we're going to go down the top 20 promo artists here. We're going to see what we got, but I'm going to bring all my co-hosts here with me, my fellow man over here. I've got the 25-time World Heavyweight Champion, Old School.
What's going on, brother?
What is going on? And I've got also the man who has been many-time champion, single and tag. Ladies and gentlemen, the Heathen.
Good evening, fellas. How is your mama in there?
Oh. She good and she says hi.
Oh, the top 20 episode. The controversy, I can already feel it. I can already feel, oh, man.
So let me explain this. We had a couple of guidelines here, not many. One, you had to have promoed in 2023. So we went through the whole year. As long as you were in 2023 promoing, you could have made this list. Secondly, we are not allowed to put ourselves on our own lists. So this all comes down. We haven't seen what exactly we're going to do here. This is going to be very interesting for my end. I'm sure their end, and of course, everybody out there watching. That is the two main rules of this. But let's get started real quick. Heathen, you get to start this here because you were last in the backstage.
All right, so how are we? Are we going to do like one round and then the next one?
Yeah, we will. Just go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll start off with number 20. As of recently, he's been stirring up. He's been making quite a stir in HSP in the tag division, along with the storyteller. My number 20 is Half Past Black.
Okay.
Solid pick. You know, he's really put himself out there here in the last couple of weeks. He's come on pretty strong. I would have loved to see more of that through the whole year. You get what I'm saying? I would have loved to see the Half Past Black we're starting to see now, you know, all the way through the year. You know what I mean? Not just, you know, here and there. But I like that pick.
I can say that's kind of why I put him in my 20, because if he is consistent with how he is now, I guarantee you the next time we do this, he'll be farther up.
Yeah, I think so. I really do. Like, you can see him actually putting himself out there more. I think that's really going to raise his bar. I mean, he does a good job when he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Old School, number 20.
My number 20, and it's coming in as a solid number 20. And the only reason the person is number 20 is because they've only been doing it, you know, for a little while. But they come on with such fire, and it's my Mama Purge. Mama Purge was my number 20 because she has come on Celtic hot. I believe she belonged on this list because she puts in the hard work. She just hasn't had time to achieve a lot, you know, with the amount of time she's been in the promo realm. But you know what? I'm going to say this. I'll go on line now. Next 6 months from now, when we do our secondary list mid-year, she's going to be way up the list on mine.
Yeah, I mean, she's fought a lot of the strong competition for being young here, definitely in this promo game. You know, I think that, you know, she's definitely going to move up.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you my number 20. My number 20 is the current lockdown champion, Master of Illusions. I had a tough time here. I'm going to tell you from 17 down. It was a very tough decision here. There were certain guys I wanted to put on this list that I couldn't, and I had to really weigh in the variables. I will say this, Master of Illusions has really fine-tuned his craft as far as, not using so much of the graphics. He's been using the words.
That's made me very happy.
I'm very happy to see that. And he just had a tough match against Jay Briggy, defending his title. That was a very good thing.
That was a hell of a match.
Made me had to put him on this list.
Yeah, I don't think you could have a list without Master of Illusions, and he will definitely make an appearance on my list probably.
Look, boss is keeping score for us. There you go. FS Black, Mama Purge, and Master of Illusions. Yep, definitely. And now. Number 19, old school. You get to start with this one.
Yes. My number 19 is your current Soulfire champion, Johnny Blade. He came on in a short amount of time, achieved the championship. He beat A-List Alverson. He's beat a lot of great competition. Now, the reason he's number 19 and a Soulfire champion is the length of time. I've got to see a lot more out of him. I got to see a lot more consistency out of him. Me and Heathen, we touch on this a lot when we talk about Johnny, and it's nothing against Johnny. I just feel like I want to see consistency from him to the point of every time he comes out, it's a shock and awe. He's a Soulfire champion. He should shock everybody when he steps on the screen. And that's why he's hitting, 19 on mine. Listen, folks, and I'm not being an asshole. Disclaimer. You made my list. It's a big move because it takes a lot to get my respect to put you on my list. I feel like the top 20 on my list is guys that I truly, honestly, and gals, that I truly respect in this game because they put in the hard work, okay? It has nothing to do with your championships, how many times you won championships. It's your hard work and dedication.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Blade definitely strong there. I mean, now making his appearance over in PPF. We'll see how it goes there. And Heathen's got a match with him here.
Well, I'm as far as Johnny Blade is concerned on the Heathen side of things, he ain't getting nothing else from me at the moment.
Definitely. My number 19 is Dante Black. I really like this guy. I watched him about a year ago, and I was hit and miss on him, but I think he's really fine-tuned his craft. And he's taken on a lot of strong competition here. He really has. He's came out there. He's fought a lot of big contenders. He's beaten some big names out here. It's very impressive to see what he does. I'm really liking how he does his promo with the visuals. That actually comes out really strong. Like there isn't a lot of goofiness with it. It's straight, straight edge, straightforward, and that's why I like him there. I put him at 19.
So we're on mine, right?
Yeah, we're on you, Ethan.
Okay.
I agree. Dante Black has been on fire.
So sorry, folks. Heathen's a little slow right now. He needs to fuel up.
My number 19. My number 19. He's been ripping it up in PPF. Is the unhinged David Babel.
Firmly agree.
What I see with him with the hardcore title right now, I do believe it's the hardcore title. He's got that mindset that he had when I faced him for the Architect Championship in LPW. He's dangerous. So that's why he made my number 19.
Definitely. I mean, he's now a champion. He's going to have a big title defense here against the Warden. That's going to be a big match for him.
Honestly, I don't think he'll have a problem with it. If he stays as dangerous as he is now, that he's back in that kind of the old school Dean Ambrose kind of psychotic side of things, I don't think he's going to have a problem. But that's just me.
Once David Babel gets away from the dark character trying to be the Undertaker or Bray Wyatt, he does a great job when he's just unhinged. And that's his biggest problem in the promo game. And a lot of people have relayed that to him that, listen, David, you're a great promo artist when you want to be. The problem is you want to be other artists, okay? And let's be original. Be yourself. Because, listen, a lot of people have seen those people, that, by the way, that's the Rising Sun.
Yes. You mean to tell you
that shot he's going after. But, Babel, when Babel's himself and he's unhinged, he seems to carry a little more respect for his own self, okay? Because you don't have to try to be somebody else. Okay, and that's where I've always told him. I faced Babel back at BTB, and his hype the night before the match, I thought, oh my God, this guy is just going to fucking kill me. I'm going to lose. Then he comes out and he does a dark character. And the first thing the judges were saying were, if it was your hype from yesterday, you'd have won. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot with David. His hypes are badass, and then what we call is shitting the bed, So, but hey, I agree with Babel belonging on this list, definitely.
Definitely. Here we go. Number 18 for me, I have the Purge. He's one half of the tag team champions in Revolution. He's always promoing everywhere, always a strong contender, no matter where he's at, if it's HSP, WGP, PPA, the Asylum. There's a lot of places where he's at where he comes out strong, and now also in PPF as well in his tag team tournament. He does a lot, and he's not one of those guys where you promo a lot of places and you get stale. It's like he comes out there and he puts in the effort. I'm good with Purge being 18.
That's a solid choice. My number 18, from what I'm seeing over in APF, he's actually been. He seems like he's found his character, and that is Elijah McFly. Now that he's broke away from trying to be like Vagabond, and he's starting to find his own way, that's why he's on my list.
Yeah, Elijah McFly. When I first saw him in HSP, I said, there's something there. He just had to build on it.
A ton of potential.
Yeah, he had to build on it and really want it. There's a lot of promo artists like that too, that they have a lot of great character behind them. Problem is, how do they utilize it? And Elijah has finally found a way to utilize his character, and God bless him for getting rid of the voice changing bullshit and stuff. Guys, I don't like that stuff because listen, it takes away from a great promo artist. Be yourself, drop what you got, man, and you will fucking sustain a victory eventually.
Yeah, I do miss the Child's Play poster, though. I got to say that, but definitely the graphics are improved, and he's doing a great job with his wordplay.
Exactly.
My number 18, he's been fired up here lately in HSP. He's held multiple titles over there. I'm going to go with the Storyteller because I feel like, Mark has really been one of the guys that transcends what a promo artist should be for a long time. Now, recently, I could say, hey, he surprised me, and that's why he's kind of lower on my list right now, because I feel like he's kind of left the ball drop just a hair. You know what I mean? Like before, when Storyteller would come on screen, you felt what he was saying. You knew. Here lately, it just seems very repetitive in his chase for the tag team titles against Boston A-List. And I'll say this, I go on record on this list that if they don't do something different from what they're doing right now in hypes, they're not going to beat the Cartel. You know what I mean? And the Cartel, they swirl around my list a lot here. So, you know what I mean? Mark is, in my opinion, the veteran, and he has veteran qualities that make him a great promo artist. I just like to see more of them, here in the forthcoming months.
I wonder if y'all will have the same answer during this list. Potentially, we haven't seen each other, so this is what
we have not shared our list, folks. There is no. Like, we're all hearing each other's picks for the first freaking time. And I'm going to surprise him with a couple of mine.
My problem with Storyteller is he wasn't strong at Soul Harvest. You had a team. He didn't really cut a great promo there. Vagabond ended up beating us down. His team lost. I felt like the rejuvenation is finally there for the tag team match, but will it be enough? That's going to be a big question.
Yeah, I agree.
Now next, we've got number... And Heathen, you got the honors. Number 17.
My number 17, I'm going with Mr. Wallace as my number 17. He had the Soulfire title for a little bit. He's kind of trying to get that groove back. That's why he's a little bit lower on my list. Now, if he was still carrying the Soulfire title, he'd be up in probably my top 10. But I don't think Mr. Wallace is done in the title picture yet.
Yeah. I mean, he is the number one contender over there.
He's also holding the Fire in the Bank, right?
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's constantly picking up opportunities.
All I can say to you fellas is he's lucky that this list didn't happen after January 11th because he'd probably fall way down off of it.
But with the opportunities that he's been picking up, he just needs to execute one good time. I mean, that's why he's 17.
Mr. Wallace is not bad, but he's a fighter. Old school, what do you got?
My number 17 is a consistent tag team promo artist that I think has for a long time kept the promo game in his heart, and I think he's found his groove in the tag team division because, well, he's current HSP tag champ. I'm gonna give that to Boss. I think Boss is really he keeps the division alive when it was, in my opinion, kind of dying. And no, folks, it didn't take me and Heathen to get him out. He wanted the challengers to come out. So when we mentioned Boss and Cartel not showing the belts, they had a legitimate reason. There was nothing to show them for. Okay, and that's not them. That's poor management. Sorry, HSP. You don't have to like what I say, but they should have had challengers before then. But I think Boss, he's been on many combinations and won many sets of tag team titles. Something like my counterpart here, who I call the Arn Anderson of the tag team game, the guy sitting beside me. When you got Heathen on your side, you're going to get a complete tag team. But I feel the same way. Boss puts in the hard work. Boss shows up. Boss gets dedicated to a company. We all know that. If Boss says he bleeds HSP, you goddamn well going to cut him open. You're going to see HSP flowing out of his veins. So that's why he made my number 17.
See, my number 17, I would have put higher on my list, but there are some issues there. And I'm talking about the Heathen. See, the Heathen, he came out there. He's one half of the Revolution Tag Team Champions, and he is also a number one contender for the Soulfire. But some of the things that kind of bugged me was, forfeiting the KO PPA championship, like for no legitimate reason. That made me go, I got to knock him down for that, because when you're a champion, you can't do that. Sorry, I love you.
I've done that. I've forfeited titles.
Yeah, it happened, but usually there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, well, I think he would have probably had reasons for it too. I
mean, if you're wanting a reason, if you're wanting an upfront reason, I came into PPA, took the Showdown title, ran with it, went for the KO PPA title, took it. I'm wanting to help more creatively in PPA. So to see somebody like Bobby Miller, it looks, I saw potential in Bobby Miller. So yes, I did forfeit the title. I mean, I can take whatever negative comments for that or whatever they want to say about it, but it is what it is. I had other stuff on my mind. The HSP Soulfire title is my main vision right now. And that's the best excuse you're going to get from me. Call it an excuse, call it whatever. But I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm still on the list.
Just to let you know, folks, these are our opinions. And just like Ed's got, I believe all three could be higher. I can see that in some respects. There's definitely, some leeway on these.
And you got to remember, Ed, here's the funny thing. The ones we're calling could be higher on the others list. You know what I mean? During this show. That's why I keep reiterating. We each have not seen each other's list. So that's what makes this really awesome because, hell, they picked Mr. Wallace. I could have him higher on my list. You know what I mean? So stay tuned. We still got a ways to go.
Number 16. Oh, we got the Vagabond. He's watching. Number 16, that is on you, old school.
My number 16 is a guy that I've always enjoyed his stuff. And I just think this last year was, my God, so good for him and it's Little Sweet. Winning championships and attaining himself as one of the top tier promo artists in the game. Little Sweet to me, and he embodies what promo's about. He goes out there, he has fun, he's got great wordplay, he don't need flash and bang behind him, he don't have to go out and rent fireworks and shoot him off out his asshole. He's just straight hardcore cutthroat, and that is what I love in a promo artist, fellas. You guys know this.
Yeah. My number 16 is the current WGP champion, and that is Vagabond. Vagabond, I do like what he's doing. If you're up to number 16 there, Hollywood, But Vagabond, yes. I mean, WGP champion. He does a lot of great stuff there. My biggest problem is where he is on a lot of other places he promos. Like, he is the man right now that'll be fighting the number one, winning the championships when you and Mr. Wallace old school. But it's that voice changer that scares me because it's either it's dead on or it's way off. There is no in between. And it's like when you're on, it's fire. When you're not, it's not good. So, I mean, that's something definitely you want to check before you're turning in. That's my advice. But Vagabond, yeah, pretty accomplished guy. He's won the Havoc title. He's been a lot of title opportunities in HSP. He's fought over an APF many a times. Definitely got to keep an eye on.
I want to step in right quick. I do want to give Vagabond this much credit for it. I know he's trying to perfect that craft with the voice changer, and I got to give him credit. He's been taking negative shots for it. He's been, against the grain with it, but he still goes out and he's still trying to. He will find when he perfects it and finds that tone that actually he makes it work. It's going to be a 180 turn. I mean, he's been close already.
There is times that it's very fluent and it's very good. Okay, that's I'm not against the voice changers for everybody. If you can craft it, that's great.
Yes.
My problem is there's certain times that he's very fluent. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm invested in his promo, and then there's sometimes that shit distorts what he's saying, and you're like, what?
Yep.
And then you want to go back and rewatch it, but you're watching it live, during the show. You're like, well, what the hell did he just say? You know what I mean? So here's my thing: if you're going to use that voice changer, I would watch that freaking promo 9 times before I send it in to make sure that you hear everything you're saying. Have a friend sit beside you. Proof listen to that son of a bitch, because a lot is lost in distortion, okay? And distortion for 5 seconds can cost you 1 point, and 1 point can cost you the match. Just remember that.
Definitely. Heathen?
16 for me. He was a little bit lower on it. It's the storyteller for me. Pure Heart champion. I think he tries a little bit too hard on trying to make everything into a story. And to me, I think he's kind of losing a little bit of the competitive edge. But like here recently with the tag division, I can tell he doesn't want to see the tag division go in a bad direction. And like I said, here recently, he's been on a tear with Half Past Black. He's been coming out with the intensity that he used to have. I just hope it's that key word, consistency.
Yeah, we could beat that with a dead fucking horse all day long.
Exactly.
It's things that people need to watch what they're doing. You got to fine-tooth comb some things.
Sometimes the greatest promos can lose a match just due to one slot.
One stupid hiccup. That's all it'll cost you.
That it is. We are at number 15. And that's on me right here. My number
That's
15,
right.
My number 15. Jesus. My number.
Can y'all tell we don't want to go first? So we want somebody else to go first. So that's on him. He go first.
Jesus. My number 15, I got to go with a man named Iceman Bobby Miller. I like this guy. I have not seen much of him, but what I have seen is really intrigued me. He is the current KOPP champion in PPA. I think he's a strong force, and honestly, I see him on the rise. I can see him the next time we make this list in probably about 6 months. You'll probably get one in June. But I will tell you that man, I almost expect to be at least top 10, if not higher. That's my personal opinion.
I'm going to have to go watch some of this guy's stuff, and it's nothing against him, guys. Listen, I'm only in certain places. I'm very particular about where I go. So I don't know his stuff. I've heard from other people, okay, word of mouth that he's really good. He's got great stuff. So I'm going to tune in, find him, and check him out because, I can't honestly give you an assessment on him because I don't know him, but I've heard great things about him. I'll just leave my opinion at that.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched his one promo during the PUA Fire in the Bank show where he had the good versus evil, and I've seen people do it before, but I felt like he perfected that promo, and that just really got me like, yeah, this guy's not bad. I like this. Heathen.
My number 15, he's the guy that's been promoted, place to place to place. He ran with the Badass Club in WGP. He ran Buck Wild there. I mean, he came to PPA, took the world title there. I'm talking about my man, Jay Briggy.
Mhm.
I mean, he was one of my main influences when I came into promo world. He was my first match in my debut over in the VOH, and he taught me a lot over the years and really helped me develop the Heathen into what it is today. So that's why he's at number 15 for me.
Oh, hold on. Congratulations on your Hall of Fame, by the way, sir. The WGP Hall of Fame.
Who?
You.
When the hell did I get indicted? Wait, when did that happen?
That
He
was
said
the
when.
Badass Club. They just did that. You didn't know?
Honestly, whenever they had brought the idea up to me months ago, but
You didn't know
told them that spot should have been for the original members because I didn't join until way later. That credit isn't mine to claim. That's why.
Okay. Well, there we go. There, the Badass Club got inducted.
Well,
Oh, go ahead, Heathen. I'm sorry.
I was just going to throw out a congratulations to James Grimes, Bojax, Briggy, and Gene Emerson because those were the original four. So congratulations to the BC. Much love.
Definitely. There you go. Old school.
My number 15, we've already mentioned. Somebody else had picked him, but I'm going to put him on there again. On my 15 is David Babel. David Babel comes in at number 15 on mine because in this last 6 months, he's finally found his character and grown. Not only because he won retook with the hardcore title, but the guy will step up to any challenge. And it don't matter if he knows he's going in there with a slim chance to hell to getting a sniff of the fart from the guy he's facing. He still shows up, puts on his best effort, hypes like a son of a bitch, and you know what he likes to tell the story. That's what got him 15 on my list.
Definitely. And there you go. As you see, Iceman, Jay Briggy, and David Babel made it on 15. Let's go to number. Number 14. I believe this is you, Heathen. Hi.
My 14 is the junior heavyweight champion over in PPF. I mean, he's probably one of the best heels, one of the best heel promo artists that I've seen, and that's Double A Aladonis, man. I mean, when he is on, he is on. I can't wait to see what he brings this year as the junior heavyweight champion, but going back and forth with him, he's always a threat. And he knows how to I got to think of how to put it now. He knows how to mess with his opponents, literally, and still keep it fun. I mean, he'll make you wait, cut a 36-second promo with blue M&Ms, come out match day and beat the brakes off somebody. I can say it because I've seen him do it.
Yeah,
30-second promo with blue M&Ms.
Double A is that heel champion that gives you nothing. You've got to get everything you want from him. You've got to go after it yourself because he's not going to feed you. He's a champion that feels like, hey, you want it, come get it. And I love that about him.
He makes you do your research.
Yeah, he makes you work for your championship shots.
Definitely. Who you got, old school, number 14?
Well, I'm going to double up again. I told you guys we're going to have a lot of names here. My 14 is Master of Illusions because in the last couple weeks or so, I've seen him really turn his promo artistry into something amazing. A lot of I know he used a lot of green screen, a lot of filters and a lot of stuff like that. But you know what? Some of his hardcore, just straight, Master of Illusions telling you what he's going to do, how he's going to do it, and how he's going to achieve it. That sells for me. That's why he's number 14 on mine because I could have put him in at number 20 because I haven't really got to see a whole lot of his stuff. But what I've seen recently tells me he's grown as a promo artist and he has grown as a person as a promo artist. And that's very important in this game. If you see somebody who is transcending their self from himself to the promo artist, you know what I mean? That's a very, very cool thing. You watch them grow. It's like seeing a seed on a tree grow, man. Eventually, this boy's going to become an oak. He's going to be tough to deal with. So he's my number 14.
Definitely. SNES, you have not been mentioned yet. No. Number 14 for me, I have the Soulfire champion, Johnny Blade. I think because he has lost one match, and I'm going to give him a pass on it because it was a non-title. I don't think he put his full effort into Blackheart, which that kind of dampened me down. That's why he's not in the top 10. But every other match he has won. He's ended up winning matches against A-List Alverson and Mr. Wallace to get that title. Outside that, I mean, he's kept it somewhat active with the assessment challenge. It's going to be a great match to watch with Heathen on that Soulfire title, and he's going to be in PPF here with the match against Captain Law. I'm interested to see how he does outside of HSP.
I like Johnny Blade, but that's where I diversify from a lot of people. I don't give him a pass on that loss in a non-title match. I don't give a damn if your title's on the line or your title is on the line. You should walk in there championship caliber 110% of the time. That belt that you were showing on screen during your promo is what everybody is after, okay? Everybody wants to achieve that goal to be a champion, so you should be out there showing them how to be a champion. 110%. When you walk on screen, you shouldn't, you never cut down your level. Always stay on that higher level because guess what? There's young, hungry promo artists out there that are ready to snip you right in your ass and take what you got. So you could slip up just that much. And we talked about it earlier. 1 point can cost you your title.
And it's happened several places, several times. Let's go into number 13. And who's it on now? Is it on you, old school?
It's on me. Damn it. Son of a bitch. But my number 13, I'm really excited about because I really like the guy. My number 13 is Shady Sean McKenzie. I don't think you can have a top 20 without Shady Sean McKenzie. Shady Sean McKenzie, to me, he's in so many places. A lot of people try to say he waters down, being in all these places. But you want to know what I love about Shady? He's having fun. He's enjoying himself. He don't take losses personally. He don't care if he really wins or loses. He just wants to get his product out there for people to enjoy. One of my favorite matches I've ever had in my promo career was against Shady Sean McKenzie because we talked the whole time. You know what I mean? We weren't like distant and, whatever. I'll see you on match day. We had fun with it. We would hit each other and go, hey, man, I'm going to pick on you this way. You can pick on me that way. That's what I call a great creator in the promo industry. And that's why he landed so high on my list at 13 because I respect Shady more than a lot of people I do in this game because he worked so well. And then he was on your show, Quack, and he gave me a lot of props. You know what I mean? And for a promo artist to walk on here out of character and say, hey, man, that guy's really good, or I love what he does, or something like that, that's respect. And, I'm going to give that back 110%. So Shady Sean, that man's number 13 on mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, give big shout out there to SME, Social Media Entertainment. By all means, check them out. Definitely.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yep. Number 13 for me, over from the PPF, the man, Chris Norris. I really like what this guy does. I love watching his hypes. I love watching his promos. He went to AA and went the distance, and they went a draw. And went in that rematch, no DQ. And I got to tell you, he cut a good promo. He lost that match, but, I mean, he came out very strong. I mean, this man has been over in BTB. He's been a champion in multiple places. This man is well known around the game, especially anybody who's been in it for quite a period of time. This guy here, yeah, definitely high on my list. You know him.
Yeah, I like the man. But everybody will know this. If I'm going to put him on my list, it's going to be Chris like Chuck Norris. I love the hood shots he takes when he's out in the streets. I feel like he has more vindication. His compilation is just really hard hitting, and I love a promo style like that. You'll see a lot of people on my list, man. I like the hard hitters. I like the guys who come out here and eviscerate and go cutthroat. You know what I mean? And if you're not cutthroat, baby, you shouldn't be doing this game because this is what it's all about. There's going to be shots taken. You know what I mean? And listen, we've had discussions recently about, shoot promos. Listen, man, sometimes it happens. But I feel like if you're going to shoot, make sure you stay within a parameter. You know what I mean? And have fun with the shoot. And these guys that I'm putting on here easily could shoot and have some fun with somebody. Because I think Heathen, you took on Chris like Chuck Norris in LPW, I'm pretty sure. I think you had a match with him, and you two had a hell of a match. I can remember. It was first when LPW first started and you first joined. It was way back.
Yes,
we did. And these two, the way the Heathen is, we all know how Heathen is. and then you magnify Chris like Chuck Norris on that screen with him. Holy shit, magic. You know what I mean? And that's what I look for. I look for the promos that I watch going, oh, damn. I believe these guys saw each other in the street. They be beating each other up. You know, that's what sells to me. So I love that pick.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the match with him and Jay Sick there. That's
Yeah.
They very well know each other, and that's what's going to make it great. Heathen?
My 13, we mentioned him already, is Dante Black.
Dante Black.
I mean, as the weeks have progressed, we've heard more and more about him. I sat back and I finally got a chance to watch a collection of a few of his matches, and I like what I've seen so far. So that's why, now that I finally got to see who he is, that's why he placed 13th on my list.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a guy, he's a rising star. You can see
yes, definitely
company here sooner than later.
I mean, he's a diamond in the rough for me. I think he's going to be hired next time we do it. I really do.
And here we go, number 12. Definitely. And right now I am at number 12. That's me. And I'm going to the Outbreak champion here, Stump Davis. Let me tell you, Stumpy, probably the most energetic promo artist in Revolution. He is constantly on the page. He is constantly hyping. He is having fun with Fred. Trust me, that is always entertaining. Yeah. And he always puts out a very devastating promo. Very tough to beat. I think I could see him holding that Outbreak title almost through 2023. 2024. Let's get into that. Yeah, that's where we're at now. I can see him holding it throughout most of the year. Definitely a quality promo artist and somebody worth watching.
Yeah, I give a lot more feedback, but I'm just now starting to see some more Stump stuff, and what I have seen is really good. I like the character. I like how he invests his time. You know what I mean? Son of a bitch has a fucking styrofoam head. I mean, what the fuck can you say? That's a seller all day long. So I like how he invests into his product. And you know me, I'm one of those guys that say if you're going to invest in your product and you're going to, spend a little bit of cash or even exert a little more energy, I think you're definitely, top tier promo artist.
Right. He's held it most of last year. I mean, he's been pretty dominant with that title.
Oh, 100%. I mean, he has fun with the Starfront, with Fred, with the Starfront head, but he can also, watching him and Boss go back and forth. I mean, he'll come out and he can verbally, I mean, he's a verbal Stone Cold almost. He's got the accent. He's got the attitude.
There you go.
I mean, you mix
January 19th. He's held it for 1 year.
It's nice. Well, I mean, he's done a hell of a job with it.
Definitely. Who you got there, Heathen?
My number 12 is he just took the Fight Night title for me over in Revolution, and that is Little Sweet. He's been one of my favorite rivals. He's been one of my favorite rivals all through promo world. I mean, we came in at around the same time. I love the story that me and him has told over the years. And it's like it never gets old because he's always coming up with something different.
So I love Little Sweet. I love that pick. I said earlier how I feel about Little Sweet. And I think that's a great pick.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, Little Sweet is dominant, Who you got, Old School? This is on you, right?
Well, we almost had it, guys. You guys were wondering if we had any of the same picks. My number 12 is Chris like Chuck Norris. You had him last round. Chris like Chuck Norris, like I said, I can't say, enough about the guy. He's a hardworking promo artist. He's really good when he comes out as Chris like Chuck Norris with me. I like that. And I personally believe that the future is big for him this year in 2024.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's definitely going to do something here. Here we go. We got here. Let's put that up. There, number 12, Stump Davis, Little Sweet, and Chris Norris. Thank you, boss. Okay, number 11. And I believe this is on Heathen, right?
Yep.
Go right ahead, Heathen.
I did 12.
Did you do 12?
I thought I did 12.
I'll do 11. I'll go first.
All right, go ahead there, Old School.
I'll take the bullet for us all. My number 11, I put him pretty much high up on the list because of how hard he works. And that's The Purge. I love how he's in multiple places and he tries to change his product up for the different places. And he does some great promos. And listen, a lot of people had a problem with the language barrier, and I think he is defeating that every single day in the promo realm. He's getting better and better and better. He's winning championships. He's doing a wonderful job of editing. I'm just now starting to get to see some of his shows. I like what I see over there. So to me, Purgy belongs right there at number 11, comfy and sweet.
Definitely. I just want to point this out. We are covering 8 feds, and roughly there's about 80 promo artists. So to say you're making this top 20, that kind of means something. Definitely, I would think, from the 3 of us.
I would hope so. Or you can just tell us to shove our opinions up our ass.
I mean,
a lot of love for Purge here. Everybody's showing the love. My number
he's a genuine guy. He's a genuine fella. That's why I like him.
My number 11 is the current PPF Resolute champion, Malice. Let me tell you, I'm very impressed with him. He always comes out there and fights. He has very tough matches against top competition. I mean, he ended up taking on, Rising Sun. He took the title off of Gunslinger. He's had his matches left and right, with Brett Jacobs. He is definitely a tough guy, definitely belong on that list. I can't wait to fight him here on New Year's resolution. Definitely can't wait to fight him on January 13th.
He's definitely, in my opinion, the Jake the Snake Roberts of the promo realm.
Yes.
He cuts those promos that remind you of Jake back in the day. And I believe that guy is one of the futures of the promo realm in 2024. He's going to attain a lot more gold in higher places and maybe even different places. And I hope that happens because he definitely deserves it.
What's up, DB?
Well, I think we did it there. My number 11 is also Malice. I think Malice was one of my toughest title defenses when I was carrying the No Limits title. I mean, he's intimidating as hell. I mean, he's got the slow, methodical pace. He don't get hyped up a whole lot because he doesn't have to. I mean, he sits down, looks you dead in the eye, and tells you exactly how he feels about you. And I mean, I got all the respect in the world for him, but on screen, I can't stand the motherfucker. But
that's where I am. About a lot of people.
He is definitely one of my toughest title defenses for sure in PPF, and that's why he's right where he belongs in number 11 on my list.
Okay, all of them. Everybody went with the Malice there.
Yeah, I went with Purge.
You went with Purge.
Me and you doubled up on 11.
That's all right. We'll get it there. We're going to take a quick commercial break. A lot of names out there getting ready to be on the Dr. Quack House Call. Is going to have a lot of great interviews. And don't forget Real Talk coming out every Monday. Well, most Mondays they will be out there. We will have some shows. But, so now we're in the top 10, and it is on who? It's on me.
On you.
It's on you.
It's on me. Okay. Number 10, I am going with the current FTW champion, Hollywood Haywood. I would have ranked him higher, but there was title matches that I believe he lost. Like, he lost to both the Sweet brothers. I think that really kind of dented it in there. He had a good match with Big Sweet, very close, but I think that kind of wore it down. And plus, I feel like he's lost a step. That's just my honest opinion. I remember saying it 2 years ago. You got about 2 years. I'm starting to see a decline. I think he needs to have, a little more freshness with him. I mean, the background's great, but I think you need a little more freshness than that because it's the same words that are getting replaced with promo artists. That's what I'm seeing. That's my number 10.
Yeah, I respect Hollywood gratefully, and he is on my list, and you guys will hear when I drop him later.
Yep. My number 10.
Number 10.
He was a Catalyst champion over in VOH. He's about to take an ass whipping for me over in PPF. But I mean, Dr. Quack, you made my top 10, sir. So congratulations. And
Yeah.
Hey, I almost had to spit coffee because all I heard was he's about to take an ass whipping. I'm like, damn, we're making predictions on this show too.
I know. I'm ready for this match. I can't.
I mean, I'm excited for us to go back and forth. We've been waiting to have this match since we've known each other. I mean, I loved what you did in the Catalyst division. Your intro is probably one of my favorite intros of all time. Just because I don't know, it's just it. You come on screen, it's. I'm trying to think. You have that specific promo style where it's like you can mix up a little bit of comedy. It's a mixed bag promo because you can pull out a little bit of everything put together, and you can make it fluid. Get too big of a head for you know.
Oh, I know. I testosterone now.
But there's my number 10.
Okay, old school.
My number 10, you guys mentioned earlier, and it's because I've watched so much of his stuff, and I'm starting to get to know him and enjoy him, and that's Mr. Wallace. I think he's a professional, and what I mean by proficient professional is he shows up, he does what he's supposed to do, he delivers a promo, you know what I mean, that in my opinion can carry championship caliber at any time. I think that Mr. Wallace definitely deserves to be in the top 10, and I say within the next 6 months, once we come back on here, hell, he might be even higher. If he knocks me off January 11th, he's easily moving up the list, in my opinion. But I hate to tell you, Wallace, you're staying at number 10.
We're going to find out on that. I can't wait to see the match. But now, let's go into number 9. Number 9 here. That is on you, Heathen.
My number 9 is my brother from another mother over in Revolution. That's my brother. Since I've started working with him, he takes everything in like a sponge. We've really been working on the language barrier. And, I mean, the proof has been in the punch. I mean, his lines are getting stronger. He's not coming in and gassing himself out in the first minute and a half. He's become more methodical. And that's why I had to give him number 9. I mean, he's going to be a threat extremely soon.
Yeah. See, look, this is what you get. Why are you going to be late here? Come on, Shady. You can't be late.
Shady, you made my list, buddy. You made my list, bro.
There you go. You made the list. You made the list.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, old school, you're your shot there.
My number 9, you guys already picked him, and you both picked him on the same time, is Malice. I just think he's grown so much in 2023. He finally achieved gold, and he beat, Tommy Ford to do that. I think that he has proven that he deserves to be on this list in a higher capacity. And like I said, we're referring to the next 6 months because we're going to do this again in 6 months, guys. I see Malice being even farther up the list come 6 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this will be after Champion Showcase. So there's a lot of time for people to improve and move up here. My number 9, I'm going with Double A, the junior heavyweight champion. I will tell you, this guy, like I said, he fought hard matches against the man. He is very talented. He doesn't give you a lot of stuff in his hypes, but it is impactful. I think he's going to probably stay that champion there for quite some time. I don't see too many people being able to beat him. Of course, share it to SME. Yes, definitely. Go check out the social media entertainment. Oh, there we go. Yep. 9 Purge, Malice, and Double A all up in there. So here we go. Let's go into number. And it is who? Who is it?
It's
me.
Your turn, School. It's your turn, School.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. I'm controlling 10 different things, damn it.
My
You did make the list. See, this is what happens when some of you guys come in late. Yeah, you did make the list. You go check.
Get here on time, damn it. We're not teachers. Next time we'll put you on detention.
Pregnant. We're not going to have this shit.
Yeah, we're going to put you on detention if you can't show up on time, damn it. My number 8, my number 8 was easy, for me because I love the guy. I think he does some great work, and his wordplay is impeccable, and that's Big Sweet. I think that guy deserves to be in the top 10. He has been Celtic Fire for a long time. I think the last couple years, Big Sweet has grown into a top-notch promo artist, and that's what puts him in at a solid number 8 for me.
See, you have Big Sweet. I have Little Sweet at number 8. The
Oh,
APF
well, at least we had a suite together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sweet here. But yes, Little Sweet, I'm telling you, APF champion ended up defeating Hollywood for that title. Really has held it well. Definitely a strong promo artist as a tag team with his brother when they do it. Hard to argue, top 5 of all time, in my opinion. Little Sweet, definitely. He is moving up the ranks, and I think he is going to be pretty much a dominant champion. It's going to be tough. He had a good match there with Dante Black, but he came out with the victory. Heathen?
My number 8, she put the whooping on me over in HSP. It's everybody's favorite mama, and she's always watching. Mama Purge is my number 8. I mean, she has came in, she kicked the door down in every fed that she's walked into, and she's like, y'all's about to become my puppets. And so far, I mean, she's got a hell of a following. So, Mama Purge, that's why you made my top 10.
All right. Well, there we go. Let's get the click up here. 8. Got Big Sweet, Little Sweet, and Mama Purge.
There we go.
Me and Little Sweet had a damn good match on my first title chance in APF and lost by 1 point. Yeah, that was a great match.
And look, there's proof. I just said it earlier, and I'm not being an asshole. He reaffirmed what I said. 1 point, folks. 1 fucking point can cost you a match.
This is very true. Let's get down to number 7. Number 7. I think this is me now, ain't it?
Yep.
All right. Look, I am on it today. Number 7, the current Havoc champion in WGP, Don Krypton. I'm telling you, this man is on fire. He has been coming around, runs Mayhem in WGP, that group. He definitely does a strong performance. Also could catch him as a general manager into BWO. A lot of great things to watch with him. He is not a guy who is going to scream like I am now. He's not very boisterous. But his words, they will hit you like nails. They will come at you straight like daggers.
You don't have to scream to win a promo. I'm sorry.
Some people do it and it works. This guy is not one of them, and he makes it work well.
Yeah, I like I said, here we go. Don Krypton, don't know him real well. Haven't really ever seen his work, okay? So I'm going to go, with you guys that he deserves to be on this list because I trust you guys fully. I'm going to have to watch some of this stuff and learn him a little bit and see what I like about him. But hey, if you guys say he belongs here, he belongs here.
Sorry, I'm just trying to help. Heathen, go ahead.
Okay. No, my number 7, he's been over in BWO for a little while. I like what I've been seeing, and that is the young gun, Stephen Faison. He was one of my favorite tag team opponents. Him and Wallace in the era of reality. When the HSP tag titles were first, getting up and going, they were some of our toughest opponents. But he made my 7 because it's just the grit. I mean, he's got the determination. He's been busting his ass over in BWO, and that's why. I mean, I got to put him in my top 10.
Sorry, trying to help out there with you, Shady. I think I got it on your page. But yeah, Young Gun definitely. I mean, when he's another guy. When he is on, he is on. But it's always that consistency thing that bugs me with that. Yep. I'm hoping I see more consistency out of him because I feel that he can definitely be a top contender. Old school.
Yeah, my number 7.
Timmy.
I picked number 7 here because he's grown so much, and I personally got to watch him grow. And he's our counterpart, the Heathen. I believe he belongs in the top 10 easily in the promo realm. The Arn Anderson of the tag team division, any division he's in tag team wise, you're not going to find a better partner. And I'm sorry, guys, a lot of people want to forget it because he's so damn good in the tag team division. He's attained massive amounts of singles titles. You know what I mean? I watched him, grow so much in, Inferno and then over at PPF and LPW. So Heathen is one of those pro artists that I truly enjoy because he does my style. My style is just come out and eviscerate you with my words. And verbal assassination is a favorite pastime of mine. And Heathen, he shares in that. So that's why he's my number 7.
Definitely. I mean, you're a strong competitor, sir. I can't wait to fight. God, we're going to go. You and me at the pay-per-view. We're going to get paid, damn it. No,
I'm straight.
Let's get into it. Number 6, right? Is that where we're at? Yep, number 6. Number 6, and I believe this is on you, sir.
Yep. My number 6, this guy, I mean, he's browbeat me at every turn of the road. Hashtag junior move. My number 6 is the Rising Sun. I mean, the dude, he's a whole nother kind of monster. Guys over in some other feds, if they was to step to Rising Sun, they would learn multiple lessons. I mean, he is on point, consistent. I mean, can't say enough. I can't give him enough praise. I mean, he helped me develop the Heathen. He taught me how to take a loss. I mean, he taught me that at any given time you could be carrying a title, and with one cash in, you're not prepared, it's gone. So, I mean, in a way, I have to say thank you to Rising Sun for that, because it needed to happen. I mean, that prevented me. That kind of thing keeps you humble. So that's why the Rising Sun, my brother, is number 6 for me.
Definitely. Old school. What you got?
My number 6, you guys have already picked, is Double A. And the reason I put him at number 6 is I feel like sometimes his hype's hurting. I feel like sometimes he needs to give more of a hype. You know what I mean? Not saying he don't help with the story or build the story, because he's a heel, and I understand he's doing a heel move. But sometimes you've got to feed a little bit to get a little bit. Sometimes you've got to walk the dog. Okay, you got to put the leash on and say, "Come on, we're going to this tree to pee," because sometimes the new promo artists don't know where to go or what to do or what to say. So then guess what? He don't put out a hype. So that's why he kind of fell at number 6 for me. I wanted to put him higher because he was a junior champion. But number 6 solid is Double A for me.
And see, this is funny. We got a 6 Eyes party here, because I'm going Rising Sun.
Hey, there you guys did it again.
See,
Why is got to be the odd man out? Fuck y'all. Leave me out here.
Rising Sun is definitely ruthless. He is
Champ for a reason.
Watch. Very, he will come at you hard as a brick. He will just nail you right upside the head, not care, and move forward. He is very tough. Definitely well deserved as a unified champion there. Tough competitor.
I mean, hashtag champ.
Yep.
Champ. Yeah, that's what they call him. Let's see. I don't want to know what Fred made a list. Jesus.
No, Fred didn't make the list. Sorry, bro.
Oh, sorry. Nope.
Rising Sun is my favorite mind migrator too.
Though, listen, I'm a fan of Fred's. You know why?
Yes.
I love the guy because he don't say a whole damn lot, and I enjoy that.
The comedic relief.
Yeah.
Well, here, let's find out what's going on next show, and then we'll be in the top 5. Yes, on January 8th here, this Monday, we'll be covering the PPA, the PPF, and the HSP, all different shows here. A lot of matches to cover on that. By the way, congratulations to the PPA for their 3rd year anniversary. Definitely, that's a pretty big accomplishment in this world. But now, let's move into number 5.
Bro, why couldn't you have number 8 as the 8 ball?
I know. I couldn't.
I'm going to be pissed about that all night now. Thanks for screwing that up.
That's why I did it. It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Thanks for screwing that up for me. The rest of the night, I'm going to be worried about the damn 8 ball. Son of a bitch.
Number 5.
I quit this damn job.
Go right ahead. Old school issue.
My number 5, top 5. My number 5 is a guy that I met in HSP, and I love his work. I love his passion. I got to know him real well because he's my partner, and that's the Roughneck. And I think the Roughneck, deserves to be in the top 5 because he's one of the most loyal and honest promo artists out there. He doesn't complain. He doesn't get pissed.
What's up, old school quackster and bitch ass heathen?
Oh, bitch ass heathen! Wow. Anyway,
today.
My partner, number 5, Roughneck. We were supposed to have a match. We ended up becoming a tag team. We got to run that tag team division for a good while together. I got to know him really well, and I just love his passion for this business that we all play, La La Land in. and I think he's definitely top 5 roughneck, baby.
Just keep this. Be sure you keep this in mind. Money Fight 2024. Highway Hellraisers versus Fear the Beards. Just to keep that in the calendar.
Hey, leave Frodo alone, okay? But yeah, my number 5, I'm going to go with Mr. Wallace. I think do we got a guest? Do we got a guest? I'll get into this. Number 5, Mr. Wallace. I'm going to go with him. He is the current number 1 contender to the Pure Heart Championship. He is also the PUA Fire in the Bank winner, which means if you're holding the title, you better be careful because that man may lurk out of anywhere. I'm really a great addition for the cartel. I think he is one of the top promo artists in this league. He does have his challenges when it comes to some competition higher up, but I think overall he is a great one to watch.
Yeah, Mr. Wallace, I mean, I've faced him on many different occasions in HSP.
Hold on. I agree. EOR needs to come back. God, I miss EOR.
Yes. Right. I mean, bring him on. Bring him on. Like I said, if there's tag teams that's coming into HSP and they want a little bit of help into some of these live matches, reach out to us. I mean, we will help you because we're here to develop that division because we helped build that division and we want to see it flourish. And bring it on. We welcome the competition.
Heathen?
But yeah, it's my number 5. He's probably one of the heaviest of the heavy hitters in PPF, and that is Brett fucking Jacobs. I mean, dude, when he goes live and he's smoking a pipe, somebody is in trouble somewhere. And he's even the guy that will bring the guy he's talking about on screen, not afraid to be, come on in, and he will bury you right then and there. I mean, Jacobs, any Hall of Fame, he deserves to be in just about every one of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude's a beast. And I can't put the words together to explain just how dominant. I mean, that's the key word I could use for Brett Jacobs is dominant. Untouched as champion, even retired and came back. And it's like he just never missed a step. So that's why he's in. That's why he is where he is in my top 5.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with all of that. All right, number 4. We're getting down to this. And number 4 is on me. Number 4, I am going with the current Revolution champion, Big Sweet, everybody's favorite big man. This guy is very dominant. The guy has excellent wordplay. He does some of my favorite stuff where he just picks you up and he makes you feel like you're somebody. And then he just hits you with that proverbial clothesline from hell. He just puts you square on your ass and makes you wish you couldn't get back up. He is very dominant. He had a great match in Hollywood, ended up coming out the victor. I think, yeah, like I said, one of the greatest tag teams, top 5, in my opinion, the Sweet Brothers. He is definitely on a roll, and I can see him continuing on. I mean, he's going to face Sergeant Havoc here in Revolution, and that's going to be trouble for Sergeant Havoc.
I agree. I don't think, if you want my honest opinion, Sergeant Havoc better bring a big game for that because that man's going to probably bitch slap him back to the contendership.
Yeah, definitely. Heathen, who you got?
My number 4 is a man that a content creator, promo artist. I mean, he's one of the best all-arounders in the business. I mean, probably one of the greatest, one of, no offense, old school, one of the greatest Pure Heart champions, and that's A-List Alverson. I mean, the shows he can put on and the guys he can put over. I mean, look what he did facing AEP. The story that they told with as wild as AEP can be. I mean, he made AEP look like $1 million that night. And if somebody can go on screen and make AEP look like $1 million, I mean, he deserves to be in the top 5.
Definitely so. I mean, A-List is a tough competitor. Has been everywhere. Old school?
Can agree. My number 4, you guys have mentioned him. I like his stuff, and I just feel like I know you said that his time was limited, but I picked Hollywood Haywood at number 4, not because of any key losses or wins, but because he's been a professional for a long time in his game. And I think he knows how to work it. Look what he's doing with Foundation over there. I think he definitely deserves to be in the top 5. How you doing? He's interrupt me while I'm talking. Damn it! Get me off my track. But I personally like Hollywood stuff. You know, I like how he likes to come out and get a big story going. So I believe Hollywood should have been top 5 in my opinion. So he's my number 4.
And that's why we have 3 different lists. But it's great to see at least we've got him on there, as well as many of the others. But now we got to move into number 3. Oh, God.
Number 3.
Number 3. And this is on you, heathen.
This was probably the hardest. I mean, the hardest to put these 3 just in a specific order alone.
Can we just say the top 3 is really like inches from each other? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even split it with a nut hair. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But my number 3.
And for you guys at Manscaped, we'll say an armpit hair, okay?
Keep it real.
My number 3, the guy that, I mean, one of my biggest influences in this business, a guy that has done more for me in my career than I could ever really give credit for. He's my counterpart here on Real Talk. Old school, that's you, man. I mean, I cannot give you enough praise. You took me in, you gave me the lumps, you gave me the initiations, then you would talk to me afterwards. You would be like, here's where you need to improve. This is where you need to go. And you truly taught me that style of promo. And if it wasn't for you, the Heathen wouldn't be near as successful as he is now. So from this right here, thank you.
I didn't have to push too hard. You had the natural ability, and that's why, you know what I mean? When I told you to come to PPF, man, and lay it on the line, the reason I told you that is because I saw, what was ready to just erupt into the promo world. And look what's happened in the last year. I can say this, the Heathen character for me is one of my favorite characters to ever be involved with. We would sit up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, him rolling a joint, me bullshitting with coffee. Yeah, I was having coffee 4 o'clock in the morning, folks. But we were, just talking genuine life and talking about how to create a character or morph a character. And that's what Brotherhood's about. And that's one of my favorite things about this game is I met so many people that, became family. And I truly enjoy this group right here. A lot of people don't, they might not have to respect what we say, but I feel like we are we're a little family here because we all talk, I love it. He's in that guy, but fuck him. Damn, there's some love going on.
Hate the Heathen season, man. Hate the Heathen season.
Who you got?
I have for my number 3 A-list Alverson, because I feel like that if you want to see what a promo artist should be and a professional should be, that's the guy you should be looking at. He's been in multiple places. I remember Rev when he was doing their commentary. I always thought, man, this guy would probably be a damn good promo artist. And here, look what has happened in the last couple of years. He is a top-notch champion. He should never, ever see, in my opinion, below top 5 in any list of, promotion and or, singular talk show. A-list Alverson, top-notch professional. One day I want to have a match with him. I want to see what he can do with me and I can do with him. So that's not only a pick for the top 20, that's one of my dream matches to have.
Yeah, I can tell you with this top 3, if you put any of these in a combination, I would watch. It's must-see television. It's very hard to come up with this, but my number 3 is the pure champion in PPF, Brett Jacobs. Brett Jacobs, old school can tell you, the first time I saw him come back and I saw this guy, I said, who the fuck is this guy? This guy is just fucking mind-blowing. And he hits out all sorts of stuff. Like he does lives when he comes out there, and he will go sometimes 20, 30 minutes, and he will keep you entertained. He will grab you through the screen, and he will bring you in, and you will watch. He is a very deadly promo artist, and definitely, in my opinion, one of the tops today. I mean, he's won championships everywhere he's went.
I agree with that.
And there we go. See, old school A-list, Brett Jacobs. Number 2. school, you got number 2 here.
Yeah.
Listen, before I give my number 2, I know what a lot of people go, oh, he's biased, but I picked the Rising Sun. And here's the reason why I picked the Rising Sun. He's been the PPF Unified Champion for going on a year now. Yeah. He's taken on all competitors. He's taken on his own brothers in HHE, and he has proven without a doubt that he's not afraid to face anybody, and he's got some great verbal skills. And listen, folks, whether you believe it or not, I don't consult him on his promos. He does his own promos. I don't see him until everybody else sees him. The kid he's good at what he does. He has a passion for it. And even with the impending child and getting married and all that stuff, he's still finding time to be a professional, drop promos and give hypes and have some fun in this business. That's why he's so high on my list, because even when life changed, he didn't, and he still looked forward and kept the work that he was supposed to be doing, and he's defended that title every single time.
Definitely. I agree. Yeah, he is definitely a very dominant force on screen. He's pretty tough to beat, and it's going to take some high competition to do that. I'm going from the son. I'm going to the dad. Old School's my number 2, because Old School is definitely, as you know, 25-time world heavyweight champion, has been all around the world in this promo game, has dominated, pretty close to holding the tag team record in HSP. It fell short, I think, about 30 days or so. But, yeah, definitely you're one of the best to do this in this game. That's my personal opinion.
Greatly appreciate that.
100%.
I'm humbled that you guys put me on your list. If you want a personal assessment of myself, I don't see myself on top 20, and I guess that's just me. I see myself as a guy who just invests himself into the product. If I'm going to give you a promo, I'm going to go, the extra mile. Like Shady said in his interview, I will, come out of pocket. I will do the time. I'll say this, just a little hint for the HSP. 3.5 hours today. I worked on my 7 minutes of hell promo. 3.5 hours, folks. And if you don't think I invest time into what I do, Mr. Walsh, you better load up your gun and get ready, because 7 minutes of hell is not a title that's going for me. It's your hell you're going to be living in, bud.
Whew, that's going to be a hell of a match. Heathen, who's your number 2?
My number 2. If it wasn't for this guy, the Highway Hellraisers would have never came to pass. My opinion, greatest Soulfire champion in HSP history today. I mean, Hollywood Haywood, I got to give you all the credit in the world. You were one to help me in the Incendiary division in the Inferno against 7. I was scared to death in that defense, and you sat on the phone with me for over 2 hours to help me get that promo together, and that's why you are number 2 on my list, and probably one of my greatest friends in promo. So
consummate professional.
Exactly. The showman of the Soulfire division. I don't care what anybody says. I gave him that name. But anyway,
there you go.
That's my number 2.
Rising Sun, Old School, and Hollywood Haywood. And finally, we're going to go down to number 1. Number 1, and this is starting with me. I am going to tell you, this man here has been everywhere. This man here, in my opinion, is one of the greatest entertainers / promo artists in the game today. He has people that ask outside the bubble, outside of the promo universe that we all know, and he goes beyond. I'm talking about A-List Alverson. A-List Alverson is the definition of a promo professional. That guy comes out there. He doesn't bitch. He doesn't complain. He doesn't whine when he loses. He comes out directly and he fights. And if he loses, he's like, on to the next one. This guy has lost very few matches because of it, and that's why he is my number 1.
I have to agree with A-List as a pick for number 1. That's a solid number 1.
Exactly.
Heathen?
My number 1, anytime you mention this, if you're ever across the screen from this guy, I mean, it's almost guaranteed he will intimidate the hell out of you. One of the greatest, if not the greatest storyteller in the game, Big Sweet. Big Sweet is my number 1. He has been an influence to me since I started. It seems to me he never has a bad promo. He never has a bad day. Even if he is sick, he will come out there and rip up some of the greatest talent. And he's always humble. He is one of the most humble promo artists you will ever run into. That's why he is truly everybody's favorite big man in promo world. So,
Yeah.
Big Sweet, congratulations, brother. You are my number one.
I agree with that pick also. I want Sweet to take that number one pick and be confident about it. He damn well deserves that.
100%.
Yeah. Old school, you got the final word here on the last one.
Woo!
My
Here
number
we
one
go.
pick, you guys have mentioned it, and I can go no other place than Brett fucking Jacobs. That guy there, he's retired, came back, and never lost a step. Walked back in the door, kicked the son of a bitch down, won championship gold, and has been terrorizing ever since. When people hear the name Brett Jacobs and they come into the PPF and he goes live on them, he'll bring you on live, and if he wants to talk to you, he'll let you talk. But, in an asinine move, he usually just hangs up on you. And goodbye. You're gone. You don't get to say a word. A lot of people have said they created that guy, but I'm going to tell you right now, before Seth Rollins was ever the Messiah, I can show you guys the graphic. 5 years ago, he called himself the promo Messiah. And the guy has lived up to that name for the last 5 years. He's one of the most untouchable people in this business. And I know a lot of people ain't going to know who he is because he don't span out into a lot of promo realm. And here's the reason why. He likes to dedicate himself to a brand. When we were in BTB, he wouldn't promo anywhere else. He came to PPF, he wouldn't promo nowhere else. And that's a personal choice on his. But in my opinion, if I would put him out there in the promo realm, I think he could go one-on-one with everybody that's on our top 20 and our number ones and have a damn good seller of a match. And that, to me, leads to number one, that he could work with anybody and sell the stage at any single time.
100%.
Definitely. As you see, the number ones here, A-List, Alverson, Big Sweet, and Brett Jacobs. And I agree with this. Top 20 list of fire. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. Definitely loving that. I mean, Big Sweet, truly humbled. I mean, as you can see, we had a lot of similarities. Maybe we were a little bit different. Some were a little higher, a little lower. But we had a lot of them on the same list.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people expected us to sit in a round room and go over this top 20 and morph our list per each other. You know what I mean? But I like the fact that we did them. We did not communicate it. We didn't say, hey, I think, Big Sweet needs to be this number or this not. We genuinely went from what our hearts told us and what we have visually saw in our opinions, you know what I mean, for the year. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was fun doing this list. And
Yes.
let me say this, guys. There's a couple keynotes here that I didn't put on my list for certain reasons. Landfill deserves to be on the top 20 list.
Yeah.
But, he's been more of an owner. You know what I mean? So he shifted a little bit. So I didn't want to throw him in there and some of the promo artists go, oh, well, he only promos once or twice here and there. I think he's a phenomenal promo artist. He's one of the top guys out there. Rick Wildley, same thing. I would love to put him on the list, but I didn't see a lot from him. You know what I mean? Because he's been doing other things. He's a pro wrestler, guys. The guy did the dream. He went from what we do and got in the ring. So, there's a lot of guys that weren't mentioned on this list, and some of it is because of inactivity, or low amount of activity. So, my thing is this. The more you're on the screen for us, the more we get to see of your stuff, the more we get to enjoy your stuff. But, guys like that have transcended from promo artist to owner or creator, I think it's awesome. You know why? Because you get honest opinions from a real good promo artist. You know what I mean? So you got Ricka and Timmy, Timmy and, Ricka over there talking and telling you, hey, you could do this better, you could do that better. You know why they can tell you that? Those guys have won titles all over the promo realm.
Mm-hmm.
That cements them, in my opinion. If we had a Legends list, which we should do that, a Legends list, Ricka and Landfill are in my top 5 easily because they are the real ones. They are the ones that started at the beginning, and they are the ones that wanted to show their passion for this. I remember watching a match where they were in this warehouse, falling off the second story,
yes,
and stuff like that. Still one of my favorite freaking matches I've ever watched in my life. And you want to know what? These guys here will tell you. They will tell you guys, I hate that fucking cinematic bullshit. Okay? And I don't like it. But that was fun. And yes, Seven would have been on my list, but he transitioned to an owner also. So, you know what I mean? He's got some great material. It just isn't, I don't want to say not relevant right now. It's just not in the mix with some of these great people,
If I don't make
the top, hey, listen, Shady, baby, I mentioned you first on my list. I got to give you the credit. I love your character and I love what you do. That's why you made my list. And I just wanted to let the honorable mentions, not necessarily honorable mentions. You know what I mean? They belong on a list. It's just not this list because they're doing a lot of different things other than promoing. Okay. Hell, they're luchador characters I would put on my damn list in a heartbeat because they are some of the funniest shits I've ever saw in my life. So my personal opinion is there's a lot that we could have added to this list. We could have probably did a top 50 and had some fun with that.
Easily.
But I think top 20 gives the people who didn't make the list a chance to fucking step it up, a chance to come after these guys and prove, hey, I belong on that list. You know what I mean? So my list was purely my opinion. I didn't have people call me on the phone, hey, man, put me on your list. And these guys here, we all worked together to come up with a great compilation for you guys. And we hope you enjoyed it because we had fun doing it. I mean, if you didn't see our live reactions here, that was the funniest part because some of us were like, oh, shit, he picked my pick. That's number 8. He has it number 12. What the fuck? You sitting here watching our face reactions. That's fun. That's natural. And that's true and honest opinion, guys.
100%.
Yeah,
we are rated R for Real Talk.
I don't know who this is, but that's a good goal to strive for.
Stephen Fison.
Who's that?
Stephen Fison.
It's Young Gun.
Young Gun, yes. I mean, that's a good goal to strive for. I mean,
I'll say this, Young Gun. I didn't have you on my list because, like I said, I'm very selective about where I am for a long time. So I didn't get to see a lot of your stuff. I hear it's good, okay? So there again, I hear a lot of who's good, but I haven't seen them visually. So I want to get around and get to see some of this stuff so I could see these guys going at it and add them to my list in the next 6 months.
And this is kind of what I want to point out with this list here. I mean, it's covering the 8 feds that we had in our intro there. Like, if you're outside that fed, we're not really looking at that because we covering our 8 right now. We may actually add more. We're in discussion right now with that. We'll get more on it. But that's the end of our show. Thank you, Heathen. Thank you, Old School. Thank you all.
It was a blast.
It was a good time. I will add a question at the end of this.
Go ahead.
Should we do maybe like a top 10 legends list? Let us know in the comments. Should we do
I think a top 10 legends list. Let's hear that. I would love to do a top 10
Let
legends
us know. Let us know if that's something that we should do later on.
That would be fun. I think a legends list would show you where you think these legends belong. You get what I'm saying? Top 10 is going to be a fucking bitch, though, Heathen. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Heathen.
Hey,
son of a bitch.
I'm just sharing the love. Everybody's been sharing so much love with me tonight. I figured I would just, I got to give it back,
But the top 10 post-production promo artists.
On a real note,
scenes.
I do want to take the chance to put this out there to say thank you to everybody that does tune in every week to listen to our opinions. I mean, you like us, you hate us, you still tune in to watch us and at least listen to what we have to say. And from me, I just want to put my thank you out there because without y'all, we wouldn't be here.
And Happy New Year's from these dysfunctional fuckers that are on your screen. We want you guys to have a great New Year's. Be safe. I'm a big guy, and I know we don't talk a lot of religion, but I believe the Lord gives us people for a reason. And these two dudes came in my life at a time where I'm sitting home bored shitless, and they hit me up one night and said, hey, man, you want to come on Real Talk? I'm like, why not? I like to run my mouth. And it's been golden ever since, and I've been having a blast with it. So I thank God every day that he gave me these two fools that either run late or, their internet gets pregnant or something like that, But we have fun together. And this is, listen, there's no hate on any of our lists or what we talk about in the promo realm. We're just here to give our honest opinion of what we see. And, if you disagree with that, that's fine, man. There's always personal messages. You guys can hit us up and say, hey, I think you're a fucking dickhead. My wife probably sit beside you and agree. But you know what? Assholes and opinions, same thing. Just some of them stink. You know what I mean? Everybody's got one.
Definitely. Yep, and that's what we got here, folks. Please don't blow me up here. The missus is coming home, and I want to spend some time with her.
Blow him up. Blow him up.
Good 90 minutes.
Blow him up.
You guys, God. But I'm Dr. Quack. Thank you, Heathen. Thank you, Old School. We will see you next Monday. Actually, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We got the showdown on the Dr. Quack House calls. See you then.